Yo, what is up, everybody? How is everybody doing tonight? The new setup, it's not much different from the old one. I mean the desk is. It's the same. It's um can't find a good. I've been shifting around all the gadgets on my desk to try to find the perfect setup. And Casey Crew, what's up? Welcome in. Can't figure out. That just seems unnatural. I wanna. Okay, that works. We're kind of defying gravity right now with how this arm is set up, but Rattlesnake, what's up? Planning on getting a new fig, but I don't know if I should get Dre Boys or CT or Mess Toys fig. Do you have any CT/Mess Toys? I'm always going to lean that way because I think I've mentioned before, I don't really know anything about Dragon Ball. I've never gone into Dragon Ball, so I'm always going to vote Spider-Man related. My brush is stiff. Hold on. There we go. Layering up the reds. Jared, what's up, dude? Welcome in. Glad you made it. My hands stink like gasoline. I don't know if that's going to make this rose toy smell like gasoline now. There hasn't let you buy from AliExpress. As long as you buy from the right store, it's super legit. I guess the only thing now is are you US based, Topsters? Or are you Canadian? I can't remember. Are you US or Canadian? I think Sides is Canadian. If you're US based, it's gonna be expensive as hell with the tariffs. You're US based, yeah. Then the tariffs make it a little pricey ordering from AliExpress. well, it was a while ago now, so I might have talked about it in a past live stream. I got the Miles Mayfex reissue, and it was like, if you buy it direct from like AmiAmi, I think I got it from AmiAmi, or any of those websites, it's so much cheaper than like paying the like big bad toy store tax, Um, so I ordered direct, and they usually have like pretty fast shipping, pretty cheap shipping. Well, post tariff, it cost more than the figure just to ship it. So I obviously waited, because they have like a private warehouse, like kind of their version of like big bad toy store pile of loot, and so I was able to like sit it in there until they got like FedEx shipping back, so they were able to. They were doing like sales and shit. Oh, Jared, the new cat. Okay, so now I know. Sometimes I don't know your guys' like YouTube names will be different from your Discord names. I hardly ever know any of you guys' street names. So that's you, Jared. Okay, got it. Yeah, so how's the cat? Was what a cuss word? Cat? He was just skinny. Poor guy. So he was probably a stray. Do you think he was like an abandoned cat or what? Oh, sales and shit. uh, that definitely sounds like something I would say. I am haven't streamed in a while, so my you know, internet friendly dialogue is a little rusty. So my apologies if a few curse words slip through the cracks. I do my best to be conscious about being like PG or PG-13. Although I shouldn't, because you guys are absolutely foul in the in the Discord. I'm far more PG than half of you guys in the Discord, but I try to remain like PG because like I'm significantly older than you guys, so you guys can be weird gooner perverts together. I just feel like it'd be weird for the adult in the room to participate, but conspicuous. What I call you the first time you ever came in my chat? Conspicuous. God, that was embarrassing. Or conspicuous, whatever. But welcome in, Jay Twist. What's up, man? I'm it means the world to me to see how many people have like reached out, have shown excitement about my occasional posts. I feel bad when I record a lot of videos at once, and then even the short form stuff, and so sometimes I don't put it all out right away because I'll forget, or I'll start working on other videos, and I'm like, oh yeah, I have, I keep those things on me, so when I started taking a hiatus, I was like, okay, well, I might as well start dumping out all the like half edited videos I have laying around. And everyone's like, every time I do it, it's like, then there's like 2 weeks I go by, and then I drop another one. So then every single time I get to, oh, he's back, and I feel bad because I'm not in any way, shape, or form. I'm just clearing out my old stock to, try to keep up with algae rhythm, because I don't want to go away forever, and I worked really hard for the things I accomplished. So I want algae to be on my uh, good side, you know, as best I can. But considering the amount of people in here right now, not going live for a while, definitely killed the momentum there. But that's all right. All my friends are in here, and that's all that matters. We had like a brief, like really good run, and it died down. But this is for us to hang out more than anything. Because what's the difference, right? Otherwise, I'll just be doing this in silence or with some random video on in the background I'm not paying attention to. So, might as well turn the camera on and do it with you guys. Then we can catch up, hang out. I can talk about, I can do, you know, a typical crispy rambles about anything. Sorry, don't mind me. Cats and Customs title. Okay, okay. Well, like a little soft rebrand or what? Or just, you know, the consistency. You finished a Red Hood custom? Hell yeah, J Twist. You started that before I started taking some time off, right? I feel like I remember talking to you about that a couple times. I feel like you were comment. Oh no, that was a Nightwing, wasn't it? Like when you're commenting on my videos, your updates, and then when a leg broke or something. I remember. I remember talking to you about something breaking. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm burping up my Chipotle, my Chipotle. But I remember talking to you about broken parts and how that sometimes inspires a whole new design or direction. Also, Black Hole, what's up, dude? I don't think I said hi. Sorry. Good to see you in here, buddy. I miss chit chatting and talking lore with you. I got some crazy lore drops for you guys for this new universe I'm cooking up. Your heads are gonna explode. All right, cool. That raid's coming out pretty good. I don't know if I have a darker. I forget. All these shades of reds are like slightly the same. Some slightly more pink, or you know, I don't know. I never know what layering I should do with these reds. You said if you quit, you would give us a channel. Yeah, well, Gamer Guy Mike's gone, so. Hell yeah, Jared. Super Fire, thank you. Yeah, he is. I'll be right back. I gotta get a paper towel. You think Sokoba and me could keep? I would not trust Sokoba with anything. Yeah, yeah. No one has any confirmation of what exactly. No one has any confirmation. Whatever happened to him. So we're sad to see him go, but hope for the best. So I hope he went away on his own terms for his own well-being. Um, Whatever any of that may be for him. As someone who's in the midst of a off and on hiatus myself, you know, I get it. So I hope he's I just hope he's okay, I guess. Yeah, Jay Twist. Still seems to be a sore subject. That was a whole thing, yeah, for a long time, off and on again. You gonna try to get a job? That's exciting, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. Is it exciting? I forgot the armbands. Oh well, I'll go back to it. Yeah, you are always the first one to get here. Um, wouldn't you like to know? We talked about it in Discord. Well, I never confirmed yes or no for any of you guys, but we talked about Punisher, and I finished him the other night. Yeah, last night I think. Yeah, ask away, Jared. I will answer as I pay attention, and I'm sure anyone else who partakes will also help. We got a wide range of customizers in here, so your question's bound to be answered in one way or another. Okay, speaking of, so it's not Red Hood or Daredevil. But can I also say potentially like piping hot take? Am I in a safe enough space to make a take? Oh, Morbius would be kind of cool. That'd be unique if he looked like the. Oh no, it's just spray. Just now it looks like a blood splatter across my desk. Oh no. No, definitely not the symbiote pred alien. I would. The way I see it is they're different, but like, but the same. I don't know if that even makes sense, but like, yeah, they're just like different flavors of the same thing. I would say. That's how I look at it. Like Death said, it takes skill to kit bash all the same. And I feel like customizing, this might like be like crazy simplifying it. So I hope no one here in the chat that customizes or is watching or anything gets offended, but because I myself am a customizer, so I'm putting this, I'm putting myself in the same category. But I feel like sometimes, like how I look at it is like customizing is just like another level of kit bashing, right? Because like this figure, I kit bash just from several different parts, and now I'm painting it, and so that's like that becomes the ultra custom part. Whereas like a kit bash is custom because it's a figure that doesn't exist, right? But it's just simply made from like putting other things together, which isn't always easy. So that's why I like Death said, it's a skill all on its own. So I'll just say it's just a different flavor. That's how I look at it. That's not my hot take, by the way. That's just my answer. My hot take is that Red Hood is overrated. Go off in the comments. I'm not trying to be a contrarian or anything. I just don't see the appeal. Very tactical, and the figures remind me of Blade, but that could be a really good Blade too. You're not wrong. Jared, that's something I've been curious about forever because everyone will comment on my videos, especially since I started doing long form and like showing off and talking about the paints I use. People will be like, "Oh, bro, you have to start using this paint brand or that paint brand." Paint that's like $9 for a small bottle. Granted, this paint lasts forever, especially if you're using really good paint. You need less for coverage, blah blah blah. But like, not for nothing. Like I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but like my customs come out pretty good, and I use the cheap stuff. I for the longest time was using like this super generic paint that you get at like Target, and this app. Well, yeah, Apple Barrel and Full Cart. You can buy that at Walmart. And I usually just go to my local Michael's. I've used some of the other brands. I have this Vallejo. I've used some of the other stuff, not extensively, and I've thought about it. I thought about like, okay, I'm gonna splurge and like buy really good paints now, this and that. But then I don't know if it would be worth it. Oh, Punisher when he's part of the hand would be insane. Kick you in the balls while you're doing squats is crazy work. Sometimes Death will like guess a character and he'll like pull out this like obscure reference and it'll make me be like, damn, I wish I thought of that. And that was actually what I was making. I like Punisher as the hand, I guess, isn't like that obscure, but not what was probably like most people's like first guess. And then it makes me go, damn, I should have thought of that. I'm gonna assume the head's gonna give it away. I'll show you the head here in a minute. Let me finish up the reds here on the. Oh, fudge. Dude, I washed my hands so many times when I got home from work, and my hands still smell like gas. I definitely always thought like gas was that like oddly satisfying smell as a kid. But once you get stuck on you, it's starts losing it. Is this a tombstone? That's a good guess. Is there a Peter Parker? Yeah, there is a Peter Parker. B14, what's up? Crimson, yo, what's up? I did see it. Yeah, and that's what cracks me up too, Jared, is like people wait. Wasn't that Pepito, Jared? I thought that was so funny too, because how can you sit there and be like, oh, this custom is so good, but the paint you use sucks? Like, well, you thought the custom looked good before you saw the paint I used. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I think sometimes that's like, just like being like kind of snobby. I don't know. To me that's just like, I don't know. That just kind of feels like elitist. That's the word I was looking for. Sorry, I was drawing a blank. Elitist. It just feels kind of elitist, like, oh, if you want to be taken seriously as a customizer, you have to use this fancy paint. Like, why? Like, I understand, like, back to back. Yeah, this apple barrel black paint I use, it's a huge container, so I have like an endless amount. Will I buy a better brand? Yeah, because I do, how often do I use black in a custom? Like, I think like damn near every single figure I've ever done, right, has black somewhere in the custom. And the coverage is better at times. But for a lot of stuff, especially, I look at it like a lot of these figures, I'm doing layer upon layer upon layer of paint, and then I'm dry brushing, and then I'm like shading. I'm doing all this other stuff. There's so many layers that like build up the paint job. That's like, do I really need like this amazing paint that covers in one go? I don't think so. Yeah, I love folk art. Cujo, what's up? Yeah, I think Pepito makes incredible customs. He is extremely talented. He's got the eye for it. He has the skills. He's kind of snobby. And he made like a really distasteful um joke disparaging like gay people on Instagram, and he like kept just doubling down like, guys, there's just a joke, but it was like in pretty poor taste. So yeah, he's just kind of concerning in a lot of ways to me. He just rubs me the wrong way in a lot of different ways. So Yeah, James, exactly. I like to use Reaper Paint, just my personal preference. Okay, Reaper Paint. I'm not sure I'm familiar. I hate how some content creators will judge others on things that they generally try on and intentionally make them feel bad. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Jay Twist. I think there's a way that you can be constructive and not a jerk, not a jerk. Um, there's a lot of things that can be learned. You know, there's a lot of like sorry, what am I trying to say? There's like a lot of techniques and approaches and things like that that I've learned along the way, and I know not just like with paint, but like when I was, you know, pursuing music back in the day and other things, like if I had people putting me down all the time, I would have given up a lot faster. You know what I mean? And so I'm sure there's plenty of people that give a valiant effort, get put down by someone like Pepito, and then kind of give up, and that sucks. We probably have lost a lot of customizers, you know. Yeah, Spider-Man related. Trying to make a good red mix for like the shading. I guess I'll probably just add a little bit of white because that looks like about the color we're using. So if we add white, it'll be a little bit lighter. It'll be perfect. So in my display over here, I have so many blockies. I'm literally obsessed. I just keep buying more and more. Higher up. I will say he's been better about being constructed in his visions. I just think he's a bit of the pressure I'm saying that from. Yeah, Skater Boy. I agree. I definitely have noticed an effort in his content to be more constructive, and I also agree that it seems like his personality, his sense of humor, stuff like that is just like a little bit more of like the, I guess, like edgy, you know. So how do you make a lighter red? I just made pink by adding white, and now it'll work. It'll work. I think it'll work. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, sorry, Twist. I didn't mean to keep blowing past you talking about coding. That's pretty sick, dude. You got into coding recently? I'd imagine that's got to be like hard, right? I don't know. Uh, bad guy. Did I? Does that look good? This one? I dry brushed it a little bit. Does that look fine? Did I dull it down too much? The eel? Oh, that's a fun guess. It is not the eel, although now I wish it was again. credit, especially now with how popular like animation is. That wanna that wouldn't be a bad idea career wise to pursue something like animation. Yeah, that's true, J Twist. How old are you now, if you don't mind me asking? It's AI is taking over fast. They you know what they have at my job? I work at a university, college university. Um, they have self-automated Zambonis like driving through the dining hall. It's so dystopian. It's so weird. I hate it. Oh, you're 14. Yeah, 4 years. Well, I hope for your sake, buddy, that it isn't that bleak in only 4 years. Oh, I guess you'd be in college, and then so like eight years. Still, I still don't hope it's that bleak in 8 years. I am ageless. Yeah. Oh, tarantula. Another good guess. I'm taking all these guesses of yours that are wrong, black hole, and writing them down as characters I should make next. Because I like all of these guesses and they aren't characters I've made, but I would like to. It's like with like opening up like a new universe. It's like, oh, I can like make new designs. So then I just make designs of all the same damn characters I already made. I'm like, I should use this opportunity to make like something different. So like my Sinister Six for the next universe was gonna look so similar to my already existing Sinister Six. I was like, I should like do other random characters. So that Hobgoblin I made is gonna go in my new Sinister Six. Um, I think Beetle, like that big old mech beetle I made. And then I think Prowler. He seems to be getting the most votes on that poll I made. So Prowler will go in there. Yeah, I do want to make a Craven. That I want to make a Yeah, I want to make a proper Craven. I've made a couple of unique iterations of Craven, but I think a proper Craven would be fun. I made all the racist big mad when I race swapped the Craven in my universe. No one wanted to listen to why he was race swapped, so I just let them be mad, stay mad. I think you'll especially say that, Death, because of how recently you and I personally have talked about this guy. the way you know, the way I look at it, J Twist, is most of the time it doesn't matter, right? The race of the character is irrelevant. I think, you know, there's certain instances where it makes sense. Like Storm should be black. Black Panther obviously should be black. You know, and then there's others where it's like, does it really matter? Like when live action made Electro black, does it matter? No. Liz Allen and oh, and your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, like making Scorpion Latino, like that honestly makes more sense than when he was just some random white dude. So you know, so like I think a lot of times these race swaps are for the better. And then other times it just like simply doesn't matter, and you're just kind of like, you know, it's kind of like a dog whistle. Your old Craven was amazing. Thank you. Yeah, it's really hit or miss with my old Craven. There's like a lot of people were like, "Oh, I love this design," and then other people were like, "Oh, dude, what the Craven's?" You know, because I'm like, "Oh, in my universe, Craven's a title. It's he's black because of this reason and that reason," and no one listens. So, you know, at one point, I flirted with the idea of the Craven in my universe is black because it's Craven's kid with Calypso. So then you could kind of like imagine a Craven, like a blood relative of Craven that also has like magic abilities. Like that person sounds like insanely lethal. And I thought about like, you know, in the comics, Craven has a lot of kids. I don't think he has. I don't think he officially has any with Calypso. I've looked before, and so and you know he usually has a pretty strained relationship with his kids. So he's definitely not winning any Father of the Year awards anytime soon. So I was like, oh, you know, like maybe like a Craven son that like, you know, hates Craven. Like let's lean into that story, and then because you know Chameleon is related to Craven, and also usually he doesn't like him in the comics. Make them work together. So that was part of what the lore was going to be in the Crispy verse. I say was, I should say is. Like it hasn't really changed. I don't plan on changing it. So the pinkish dry brush dulled it a little too much on the chest. I really liked how vibrant the red was. So I went back over it with this with the very first red I put down over the white. And since it's like a really like light um opaque red, it'll pick up all the highlights we did, just give it all around cool shades. So that looks really good. So I just gotta touch up the black once the red dries. Oh, excuse me. So let me go through and touch up the red on everything else. I'm working on new comics with my own characters. Hell yeah. You like this red? Thank you. I feel like I always struggle to, and I feel like it's just like how anyone who customizes hates painting yellow. For me personally, painting white usually sucks, and honestly, red. Like I don't love when I have to paint something red. Like red's been my favorite color for like most of my life. It's kind of shifted now. I honestly probably would say if someone asked me today what my favorite color was, I'd probably say purple. Honestly, I just really love the color purple. Um, but I just don't do a lot of stuff with red if you haven't noticed because I just hate painting red. Maybe I'll keep some of the wear and tear on this. The shin pads, that kind of makes sense, yeah. Because this is like the others, those straps are like probably like leather, but then this stuff is like actual metal. So yeah, we'll keep that like a little bit more worn out. That makes sense. How did I do the chest piece? First of all, do I still have the Shaman Predator? I'm pretty sure I do, Pred. I'm gonna go to my storage unit tomorrow where I keep all the stuff I have for sale. I gotta ship some stuff out. Some people bought some stuff, and I'll double check for you. I can't remember off the top of my head, but and how I did the chest piece. What part? Like, what part are you inquiring about, my friend? Forest Fire 101? No, can't say I do or have. I think same with this. Like some of the more worn out looks cool. I think it looks better on like the belts and maybe like the shin pieces. I feel like it was like too washed out on the chest piece, which is like the vocal point, the focal point. So I want to make it like look really good. So the art I'm using, the source material I'm using for this, everything's just straight red. But you know me by now. A big way I add like realism and detail and stuff is like painting all the belt buckles, this and that. Like, should I do that on this custom? Where it's all red, and I'm trying to aim for like mostly red, like the figure, but like maybe some straps and belt buckles here and there, like kind of black. I feel like that would look good and add some contrast. And yeah, see, like this pinkish kind of looks good on the holsters too. Like I said, this paint's pretty opaque, so if I just kind of just wet my brush enough and then add some here and there, it doesn't look too bad. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Okay, this is looking really good. I really like how these reds turn. Did I touch up the reds on the? Yeah. Yeah, it's coming out really good. How do I change like the assignment spread? I don't know. Is there like different levels of moderation? Yeah, sorry, J Twist. I am. I've been like grinding out some customs recently, and so I get real. I'm not used to, after a while of live streaming all the time and recording videos, and especially once I started doing long form and was recording like everything I was doing all the time, taking the past couple weeks to just like customize for myself again has been nice. But now I gotta like get back into this swing of like customizing for the camera and with a chat again. Byron, what's up, bro? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna remove you as a standard moderator. Add as a moderator. Okay, I made you a different kind of moderator. Let me know. Oh, for this shocker, do you think it'd be cool to add wires to go to like his little arm gauntlet? Byron, we're actually been playing a game. No one could guess properly. We've been working on this. Gotten some unique guesses, but none have been right. Add wires. Okay, I got a resounding yes. What figure are you looking forward to release the most right now? What am I looking forward to releasing the most? That's a great question. Let me put all my reds back. Okay, J Twist. It means you're number one. Well, you're actually number 3, it says, but it just means you're better than everyone else, basically, James. I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on it. Is that rain? I don't know where everyone's located in the world, but here in Chicago, we're supposed to get snow this weekend already. Any of my other any other Midwest folk in here, or what about you, Death? I know you live close by. They got any snow in the forecast for you guys? Sunday, Monday, yeah, same here. What's a fib? Whoa, that sounds fun, J Twist. Says you're modded on my end, Pred. But it's cool. You're based in Jersey, Skater. I'm from New Jersey, so I was born and raised. Lived there until I was 20. I always forget. I was 22. Might take you to a toy show next week. That'll be sick. Yeah, I changed your role, Pred. I don't know. Maybe I would have to do it on a PC. Yeah, they're super fun, J Twist. You'll really like it. Toy shows. I've gone to a few here in Illinois. Uh, Skater, Central Jersey. Oh, that's funny, Byron. Um, that's the worst, James. When you change address, that happened to me when when I first moved to Chicago, and I moved apartments, and I forgot I had a bunch of stuff on pre-order, and I had to like go back to my old building and like try to find my packages in the mailroom. Luckily, I was able to. Jedi Spider-Man. I made a Jedi Spider-Man once, and no one liked it the way I thought they would. I was also a much smaller creator, so maybe it'd pop off better now. Oh, that's cool, Skater. Yeah, I lived in Central Jersey the whole time until I moved away. Moved to Nashville for music. But all my family's still back home. I got some family in North Jersey. My parents still live in Central, and then I got some family down South Jersey too. All right, so the abdomen is almost done. I can't figure out. Okay, that's better. It's more consistent at least. And then the top up here is cleaned up, so now I just gotta. All right. Oh, Sin Eater's such a good idea. Does he use guns in the comics? Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, that's like his main weapon of choice is guns. This character. Hey, Joe Mama, thanks, man. Guess you can't keep me away from forever, huh? I don't think you guys wanted to anyway, but I'm back. I wouldn't say this is like a I'm not looking at chat, so I don't know what anyone's saying yet, but I talked about in the Discord earlier when PPF asked, just like set expectations. This isn't like a hard launch of like, oh, he's back, every, what was I doing, Friday and Tuesday live stream and videos daily, like that all isn't back yet. Just dipping my toes, getting back out there, hanging out with you guys, trying to, get into the swing of things again. Like I was explaining to everyone earlier, Joe Mom, it's like, not that you asked for any of this, so I don't know why I was just directing my my ramblings to you, but I got a lot of like partially edited videos I didn't post yet, and I got just some short form stuff that like has slipped through the cracks. So there'll be videos from me from time to time. I have been recording or taking some footage for some new like short form stuff because I want to stay in the good graces of the algae rhythm best I can. Because I worked hard for the little bit that I do have here, and I do want to like make a full comeback eventually. So I just have to take some time here and figure some stuff out. Such tiny details. Let me check chat before I get sucked into these super small details. Hmm. How the hell did you manage to get in here? I was today years old when I realized Jackal's not just running around in his underwear. Don't worry, James, you're not the only one. I was fully under the impression he was just a little freak who was naked. I also, sorry, I'm like trying to catch up on chat, but I also really appreciate all the kind words, all the well wishes, all the support through it all. I really don't, I guess I would say don't really deserve the support. but you guys give it to me anyway, so thank you. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for jumping right back into the lives, hanging out with me, reaching out, engaging in the Discord and videos when I post them, and just helping like keep this page like relevant as we try to figure things out. Yeah, that's what. Yeah. Thank you, Joe Mama. I appreciate it. Thank you. I really do. Dude, I'm gonna go cross-eyed trying to pay attention to these smallest details. Sorry, I had a my roommate's cat. I didn't know. She knows how to open a door, and so she kept. I would keep putting her outside the room, and then she would just barge back in. I just had to lock her out. Now she's like clawing at the door. This cat's a crackhead. I swear, like kicking her out makes her want to be in here even more. Joe, Mom, you have to use a chair. That's so funny. Why are cats like that? To like take it as like a personal mission. You know, I'm used to a rabbit who doesn't do any of this, so. Yeah, good eye. It is a G.I. Joe classified figure. I should probably take that logo off. It'll be kind of confusing. It'd be confusing for a Marvel character to have G.I. Joe markings. Unless it's a crossover universe, I guess, right? Anything's possible. Does G.I. Joe and Marvel ever mix in the comics? I know G.I. Joe has with like Transformers and stuff. I was publishing. Oh, okay. Joe Formers. They keep trying to like set that up in the universe too, right? In all those different Transformers and GI Joe movies they've made. I don't know why they can't figure out how to do that. That just seems like, I don't know, some stuff just seems like a slam dunk, you know? How the hell can you not figure out how to make a Transformer movie that includes dudes in the military? That seems like pretty easy. And a terrorist like Cobra Commander, like, seems pretty cut and dry. I'm sure there's like deeper lore I'm like looking past for the sake of like cool factor of GI Joe and stuff. But I don't know. Don't overthink it. Just give us robots and dudes in like military gear.